Hi guys! Today I'm heading down to Triple D Motorsport in Kendal. Can't wait. I'm taking out the new Duke 790. Don't know why I'm going blurry. Oi! Yo! There we go! So, yes, back onto it. 790 Duke. I can't wait. I have a 690 Duke at the moment, which I absolutely love. The only thing I feel with it, being a single cylinder, is it gets a little bit breathless. Particularly on, you know, sort of long rides out where there's really sweepy bends that are really long. Don't get me wrong though, tight bends absolutely destroys them. But then flowing bends, when you're trying to keep up with R1s and ZX-10Rs, they're just like, bye! So you don't really have a chance of keeping up. So I just feel like with the 790 Duke, you've got that extra power. It's 105 brake horsepower. It's got a new parallel twin, which is quite exciting. Obviously the Super Duke car's got the V-twin. So this one, I'll be excited to see, you know, how it performs, how it feels underneath, like when you're sat on it and riding it. Yeah, so I'm just really excited. I can't believe all the electronics it comes with as standard. Quick shifter, auto blipper, comes with a steering damper, which is nice. You know, you've got the cornering ABS, you've got the lean sensitive traction control. What else have you got? You've got rider modes coming out your ears, street, sport, track, anti-wheelie, launch control. Oh, there's literally just too much to list that I'm so excited about. So yeah, I guess the only thing for it now is to head up to the Lake District to take it out. Okay, so today I am at Triple D Motorsport in Kendal. It's not the best weather. It's a weather fit for ducks, newts, other amphibious creatures. But yes, today I will show you what I'm going to be going out on, which I cannot wait. This beast, 790 Duke. Oh, I'm so excited. But yeah, as you can see, it's absolutely lashing it down, so I'm not going to be breaking any records or doing anything wild. I just basically want to take it out, see what the hype's about, and give it a good run. Alright, stop! What's he doing? No! Please stop! The zoom's... oh god. The zoom has got a mind of its own. Legit. Dad! Okay, so this is the first time turning the Duke 790 on. So because we're under a shelter and it's quite dark, it's got a black background. Obviously it's light sensitive, so when we go into the light, I'm sure the colour of the dash will change. The controls are very similar to my 690 Duke. Not exactly the same on this side, but quite similar. So on the dash, you've got your gear indicator, idiot sensors, you've got your revs that go along the top, you've got what mode it's in there, you've got the miles per hour, you've got how much fuel's in it, and then you've got the oil temp next to it. At the bottom you've got the time, you've got the temperature outside, you've got AWM, which I can only assume is anti-wheelie, and then you've got LC, which will be launch control. Then obviously you've got slip, so you've got the level of traction control that it's on, which is on 8 at the moment. So when you press the set button, it takes you to the main menu. It's where you can set your favourites, your ride mode. If you go into track, you can change the throttle response, So we're on street. Anti-wheelie mode, that's off. Launch control on. Yeah, we'll turn that off. In fact, we'll just leave the track. So yeah, it's on street mode. It's got a rain mode, which might be quite handy for today. So I might just switch through the modes and see what I think. Rain mode, you get reduced horsepower, a nicer throttle response. Street, you've got your 105 brake horsepower and a nice throttle response. Sport, again, full horsepower, but a more crisp, responsive throttle. And then track, don't wish to die today, so I'm not going that. Motorcycle, so it's got the motorcycle traction control and the motor slip regulation on. So traction control and motor slip regulation. The motor slip regulation basically I think something just fell off that big wagon. Anyway, sorry. So motor slip regulation just stops the rear wheel from locking up. ABS, that's on. You've got an option to turn it off, but I need all the electrical aids possible. ABS modes, it's got different modes. If you keep it pressed, release button, it disables the motor slip regulation, so it probably means you can slide around a bit better. Go back. Quick shifter. Now it's got a quick shifter and auto blipper as standard, but we've been advised while the bike's running in not to use it, just to be kind on the gearbox. And shift light, because the bike's not reached its first service yet, I can't change that shift light. There you go. So trips data, trip 1, 166 miles. You can reset these. Just press and hold set. Trip 2, again, press and hold. Resets. General information, you've got the date, the odometer, only done 166 miles, and you've got the battery life. Settings. So this is where if I went abroad I could change it to kilometres, but obviously being in the UK it's not necessary. Temperature, happy with that. And consumption, miles to UK gallon, yeah, totally fine. Language, I'm not going to change it off English, because if I put it in Chinese I will never be able to put it back on English again. Clock and date, that's all fine. Daytime running lights, you can put them on. Quick selector just basically means you can, it's like a favourites. It's got a service schedule, not a schedule, but it tells you when your next service is due, which is quite nice if you've not got your service book to hand and you're out and about. Extra functions, so with my KTM 690, if I was to add a track pack on there, it'd come into the extra functions. If I was to put heated grips on there, it'd go into the extra functions. So as it stands, this has got a lot as standard. It's got the anti-wheelie mode, the launch control, slip adjuster, throttle response, quick shifter, daytime running lights, motor slip regulation. So it's got a lot. We've been on ride mode, set on street, happy with that. Yeah, that kind of concludes it. Okay, so I'm all set to go. Got my GoPro on. It's bouncing it down though. So wish me luck. What's the weather for riding? Oh. Okay, so just pulled up at Devil's Bridge. Soaking. First impressions are pretty good. In fact, let me take my lid off so you can hear me better. Okay, so I've made it in one piece, despite the fact that it is bucketing it down. I'm a mess, but I really don't care. The bike is amazing. It's got that beautiful LC8C engine, which stands for compact, and you can see why, because it kind of resembles a single cylinder as opposed to a twin. So small. What I'm really grateful that KTM have done with this bike is like listen to feedback from the 690 owners, because we wanted twin discs on the front and we've got it in the form of the 790, which is brilliant. They've put Maxxis tyres on. Now, go on lad! So they've put Maxxis tyres on. I'm not mad, I get why they've done it. The 690 Duke, the Super Duke R, they have Metzeler M7RRs. I absolutely adore the Metzelers that came on my 690 Duke, so much so that when it came to putting new ones on, I didn't want to change, I was happy. They put Maxxis on. To be fair, some people see it as a bit of a budget tyre. The bike, in all its glory, is 8.5 grand on the road. So, you can kind of forgive them doing some cost saving practices and putting some Maxxis on. At the end of the day, the consumable items, so you're going to be changing them anyway. So it doesn't really matter, and to be fair, they're not too bad in the wet. I've had no slippages, no sliding, but I've not exactly been pushing it either, so it's probably why. The exhaust. Now the exhaust got a load of grief because it wasn't exactly like the prototype, but are they ever like the prototypes? No, they're not. I would probably put an Akrapovic on it. The sound of the bike with the engine and the exhaust combined, it kind of sounds a bit like a single cylinder on idle. Obviously when you're engine braking though, it does have a bit of grunt to it, which is obviously common to twins. New headlight, similar to the Duke 125 and 390, much different to the 690. I was getting a bit frustrated with my headlight because it didn't look like these, so I'm glad they stepped in this direction. Some people don't like it, they think it looks a bit like a praying mantis, but I really like it. It's probably a bit Marmitey. Forks, they put the upside down, WP forks, 43mm, which is brilliant. Again, you've got your WP shock. It is only adjustable at the preload. But to be fair, I'm used to that with my 690 anyway, so it's not the end of the world. The tank shape. Now a lot of my friends, they didn't think that it would be comfy to have the tank like this, but I tell you what, your legs really just hug around it, and it's actually so comfortable. I don't know whether that's because I'm a lady and I don't have a meat and two veg getting in the way, but I find it pretty decent, pretty nice and comfy. Riding position is exactly what you'd expect from a bit of a naked bike. It's not as super motory as the 690 feels. It feels more like the Super Duke because the Super Duke's got the bars a bit further forward. But again, there's no complaints there. It's really comfy position. The seat height, now I believe the seat height is 825mm. Don't hold me to that though, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think it's like 5mm lower than the 690 Duke and the Super Duke are. You can get a lowered seat for it, I believe, a power part, but you can also get a lowering kit for it as well, which I think takes it to something like 780mm, I want to say. So you can lower it quite a bit. So one thing this bike has got, which I absolutely love, is it's loaded with electronics from standard. As I showed you on the dash, you've got all your, your cornering ABS, your lean angle sensitive traction control, you've got a quick shifter up and down, which I'm not using today because the bike's pretty fresh. Don't want to put any kind of stress on the gearbox. It's got wheelie control, launch control, loads of different modes. So many modes coming out your ears: street, track, sport, rain, you name it. Which these were all extras on the Super Duke. You could get a track pack, again the quick shifter with the Super Duke, you could get a performance pack, and they were costing you like £500, say for the performance pack roughly. You got the track pack, but it's always standard, and for £8.5 on the road, I don't think there's anything that can compete. Obviously, the bike itself, middleweight, does compete with the likes of the MT-09, MT-09 SP, the Triumph Street Triple, the new 765. The people that are comparing it to the MT-07 is absolutely ridiculous. The MT-07 should be compared to like the 690 Duke, should be compared to SV650s, bikes like that, but yeah, definitely competes with the MT-09, MT-09 SP and the Triumph Street Triple. You get a lot of people that say, oh, for £500 more, why don't you just get a MT-09 SP, because you've got the full all-in suspension. Just depends what you want to prioritise. For me, that suspension is more than enough. It's fine. I find the benefit in all the rider aids and the electronics, because to be fair, I like them for when the talent runs out. But these things are, some things aren't even available on the MT-09 SP, and the things that are available at an extra cost. So it definitely trumps the competition in terms of electronics. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I don't even care that it's absolutely chucking it down, as you can see. What I like about this is the 690 Duke came with silver bars. It came with massive clunky indicators, and there just wasn't the sort of finesse and the final touches that you'd expect from a bike. The 690 Dukes, you can be paying I think close to £8 anyway, particularly for an R. So for £8.5, I think it's a no-brainer. But yeah, so you've got the nice indicators, you've got the nice KTM black bars. I put black bars on my 690 Duke, but I took them from a 690R. But it's just nice that it comes as standard. So yeah, 105 brake horsepower, 169 kilograms dry weight, I believe. But it doesn't feel heavy at all, and I'm a weakling. I love that subframe. This looks plastic, it's not. It's metal. It's got the airbox under it. Then you've got the chassis, where the engine acts as a stress member to it. A stressy chassis. And there's so many power parts available for this bike. Like, so many power parts, it's unreal. I think the first thing that I'd have to do is put a tail tidy on it, because the tail tidy is pretty dog ugly. Got to put bar and mirrors on it as well, 100%. And it definitely needs a new exhaust, in my opinion. But yeah, really enjoying it so far. One thing that I forgot to mention about it is it's got a steering damper, as you can see. So yeah, loving the bike so far. It's everything that I thought it was going to be, to be fair, but then again I haven't had a chance to really open it up. Just need a nice dry summer day, take it out, have its first service done so that I can actually use a quick shifter and auto blipper, which I'm really excited to use. And yeah, should be a good one.